everyone! Ali is better at pronouncing words now, but he faces another challenge. People had a hard time listening to his speech because it lacks rhythm and clarity. He does not sound natural because he is not using the correct stress patterns or intonation. Ali soon learns that mastering stress and intonation is the key to sounding more fluent and natural. In this lecture, we will explore more on syllable stress, sentence stress, and intonation. Syllable stress. English language relies on syllable stress for comprehension. Knowing where to stress a word is key because putting emphasis on the wrong syllable can lead to confusion. It might make the word hard to understand, or if you stress the wrong part, it can even annoy or puzzle the listener. Understanding syllables. A syllable is essentially a sound unit in pronunciation, containing one vowel sound and possibly accompanied by consonants. It can stand alone as a complete word or be a part of a larger word. In English, every word can be divided into one or more syllables. Defining syllable stress. Each syllable is not pronounced with the same force or strength. In one word, we only stress on one syllable. In phonetic transcription, the stressed syllable is indicated by the stress symbol, just like in the example here. This symbol appears just before the syllable that requires emphasis. Please take note that when pronounced, this syllable should have a higher pitch, a slightly longer duration, or a more intense sound compared to the other syllables. Understanding basic syllable stress rules. Well, there is no formula for deciding which syllable should be stressed on. A dictionary could be a useful guide. It will tell you what syllable to stress and it will be marked like the examples in the table. However, there are two important rules on syllable stress you can follow. Number one word has only one primary stressed syllable. If you found more than one syllable, it is called secondary stressed syllable. Number two, syllable stress in English words can be found either at the beginning, in the middle, or at the end. Sentence stress is the pattern of stressed and unstressed words across a sentence. Normally, this emphasis is on words that carry important information, although this can change significantly depending on the specific meaning that the speaker wants to communicate. Typically, English language speakers stress on the content words when speaking. However, there is an exception to this rule, especially when we wish to emphasize on other meanings. Function words may be stressed. The following examples illustrate the possible meanings which are emphasized when different words are stressed. Intonation refers to the rise and fall of pitch, which affects meaning and emotion. In the English language, there are two basic intonation patterns, which are falling and rising. Falling intonation is often used when making statements, asking WH questions, and giving commands. The intonation is also usually associated with low energy emotions, such as sadness, disappointment, boredom, or resignation. Rising intonation is used primarily to indicate uncertainty, surprise, continuation, or a request for confirmation. Just like falling intonation, rising intonation is usually associated with certain emotions, such as eagerness, happiness, or shock. Apart from the two basic intonations mentioned just now, you can also use a combination of both rising and falling intonations. Listen carefully to this example. If you finish your work early, you can take a break. But if you don't, you will have to stay late. So, are you sure you want to waste time now? In this sentence, the first part is a statement of condition or consequence. This part would typically end with falling intonation to indicate that the speaker is providing a fact or making a point. Meanwhile, the later part is likely to have rising intonation because the speaker is uncertain and somehow expecting an answer or response. In this video, we have looked into the crucial aspects of stress and intonation in English. We have learned how the rhythm of stressed and unstressed syllables, along with the rise and fall of pitch, shapes the meaning and flow of our speech. Practice identifying stress patterns and varying your intonation, and you will enhance your listening and speaking skills. Thank you for joining me.